So why is it important in a big truck accident to hire a lawyer right away and to not waste any time? Because in big truck wrecks, the insurance companies for these big trucks have already, I can promise you, hired an investigator and a law firm as soon as they hear that a catastrophic injury or death has occurred. And most of the time, unfortunately, in big truck wrecks, it is a catastrophic injury or death. So let me give you a for instance. We've gotten two recent big truck cases that came in over the weekend. Both families reached out to us on a Friday night and the other one on a Saturday. The wreck had happened that same day, and I've got information on both cases that suggested to me already that both trucking companies had hired investigators who had already been to the scene that same day, and law firms had already been retained the following day, even though it was a weekend. Now, if you can imagine having a loved one that is maimed or killed in a big truck wreck, imagine the scenario where the trucking company's law firm, the insurance company for the trucking company, and their investigator have all had access to the scene. Go through the number of things that you would be concerned about if only one side of the operation, the side that's at fault, has access to the scene and the witnesses. What can you imagine could potentially happen? To evidence, to testimony, to artifacts at the scene, evidence at the scene. All of that is important, and that's why it's vital that if you have the unfortunate position of being close to someone involved in a big truck wreck or a commercial vehicle wreck that involves serious injury or death, your choice in law firm needs to happen post haste. It needs to happen right away because the investigation leg of this has to get started immediately. There are preservation letters that have to go out on your behalf immediately to the tow yards, to the insurance companies, to the defendants, to the prospective defendants. You have to not only ask that they preserve vehicles, but that we have a 4-page preservation letter that goes into detail about the person that was driving, all of their records, all of their personnel files, maintenance records associated with the vehicle, with the truck, with the trailer. There's pages and pages of documents that are going to need to be preserved. And if you don't get a preservation letter out, and a preservation letter is just something that has to go out to these companies that says you have a legal obligation to preserve the following items, you run the risk of losing electronic data, physical data, all kinds of data that would help you know exactly what happened in the case. So, of course, this is a horrible thing to even talk about because anytime you're talking about a big truck wreck, you're usually talking about a death case. But it's important to understand that you as a family have to act quickly. Whether you hire me or another firm, you need to hire somebody as soon as possible because the other side is already working on the case. If you have questions about a big truck wreck, you can find us on the web at zarzaurlaw.com or you can call us at 855-HIRE-JOE.